Hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading for June 2023. We are not going to talk much about astrology today. We're just going to really just do the intuitive part of your reading. I've got a lot going on, so I wanted to make sure I got the readings out for you guys. And part of doing the astrology takes a lot of time. So I do have my June calendar open. So if you would like to get a solar return reading, your solar return is coming up just a couple seasons away, just one season away, get through a Cancer season, and here we are. I have other astrology readings. If you've never had an astrology reading done, I have readings for that. I have my tarot readings open. I still have like 8 spots for my 6-month July through December reading. So if you'd like to support our furniture buy for our new place, because we're starting from scratch, that would be awesome. It would be so great to have your support, and I'd get to interact with you. And I love interacting with all of my clients. So, yep, all of that information is in the description box. We are going to start with a surrender card. So, wow, I'm already getting like so much action around my head for you guys. Wow. That's crazy. So let's get a power of surrender card. What is it that Leo? It's been really intense energy for the last couple of days. I mean, oh my gosh, for this whole year. The last 6 months have been really intense. So surrender to prayer, Leo. Surrender to prayer. Prayer does not have to mean religion. Meditation is prayer. Sitting quietly is prayer. You don't need to do prayer just when you need something. You can do prayer of gratitude. The card says, give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard through the universe, and answers and support will arrive. That doesn't necessarily mean you'll get what you want. It means answers and support will arrive. There is this misconception that if you pray to God, and this comes in several religions, that if you pray to God, God will provide. God will give you what you want. And that's not necessarily true. When you pray from your heart, that's where all of those blessings come from. That's where all of those answers come from. So this can also cultivate inner peace, which is interesting because that's what Cancer's reading was about, but really surrendering to prayer and making it a special moment for you. You know, it's just about getting quiet with yourself. I think in this busy, busy world, we become overthinkers. And especially when things on the outside are creating so much discourse and so much chaos. I can already tell that you guys have some questions, right? Okay. So the first card that came out was the Two of Wands. Then we have the Ace of Swords. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. It's supposed to be like that. Maybe it's not supposed to be like that. That's how I put it down. We're going to have that guy in reverse. Hanged Man. I don't normally do the reversed cards, but here he is. I'm not going to purposefully turn him back around into the Hanged Man position. And then we have the Three of Wands. Okay. The Two of Wands is having a question. The Ace of Swords is getting the answer from the universe. And I feel like your question is, what does my abundance look like? That Ten of Pentacles is having like the material life, the family, the house, the financials that you want, the monetary stuff, all that stuff, right? That Ten of Pentacles is that, like having that full abundance. And there's a question here. And so that is why the surrender to prayer came up. Like, where is my abundance? How am I going to get it? What is happening here? Right? And so that's why I think that this Hanged Man is upside down. He's in reverse. A hanged man in this position means that you need to pause and reflect. You need to see things in a different perspective. But he's not. He's in the reversed position. So now is not a time for you to pause. And then we have the Three of Wands here too. Like there's this very real, this is interesting together. Because there's this very real notion that if you sit here and wait long enough, something's going to show up for you. But he's just sitting there waiting too for an answer. And you see, and the universe is like, no, you have the answers. I'm literally giving them to you every day. So showing up in prayer, surrendering to meditation, surrendering to yourself, and getting in touch, whatever that looks like for you, getting in touch with what it is that you truly want to see as your future abundance or your ultimate abundance, right? That's the goal. How do you want to see it? How do you want to see life? Not what is life going to show me? How do you want to see it? Let's see what the Two of Wands is. That crossroads. Oh, Nine of Pentacles. How do I get there? Well, Leo. Nine of Pentacles is being very independent and very abundant all on your own. Like you don't really need anybody. And it's true. While it's true that you don't need anybody, you know how good you are. Come on, Leo. Like you know that you've got game. You know that you can do this. You know that you can create anything. Leo is associated with the 5th house. The 5th house is all about our creative expression. So reminding yourself while you're in the process of trying to figure out what your future is going to look like, reminding yourself that you're already the boss. I think that might help you to see the answers from the universe. A lot of times we are blocked from seeing those answers from the universe is because we're attached to a certain idea. And when we're attached to a certain idea of how things are supposed to look or how we think things are supposed to look, that can often get skewed. Oh, wow. Look at that. I know what you're attached to. All right. So this the 8 of Cups came out on the Ace of Swords. So there is an idea. The universe is trying to show you your abundance is growing in particular ways. One of those ways is by opening you up, showing you a different perspective, right? So the 8 of Cups is about walking away from the things that you're emotionally attached to. You might be emotionally attached to the idea of having a certain amount of money. You might be emotionally attached to the idea of how you get that money. You might be emotionally attached to the idea of how to spend that money or whatever, right? I don't know, the things that you want to buy with that money. And so pulling yourself back and detaching yourself from the notion, because what if you're not supposed to have that amount of money but more? And you're literally blocking that wealth by thinking I have to fight and hustle to get this certain amount, so getting any more is going to be harder, right? You're literally talking yourself out of it, right? So taking that, taking the attachment, that may not be the belief system. I may be way off with that, but taking that attachment away and just letting yourself do that, walking away from certain ideas that can keep you stuck. And one of those ideas is that you're not going to be able to do it. 5 of Pentacles on Judgment. And it may be because right now your money looks like shit. That may be one of the reasons why this Five of Pentacles is present, because you are feeling a lack mentality, and it could be a very real lack, right? Maybe it's not just in your head. Maybe it's an actual real feeling lack, right? But feeling lack literally means that we're looking outside of us and we're basing our worth on what's outside of us. Because when you look inside of you, it's all there. You're already the 10 of Pentacles. Do you know when I do these readings, the things that I say, I'm actually saying to myself? Because I'm a Leo Mercury and a Leo Jupiter. Like, my Leo placements they're a very big deal in my manifestation process. So I read these, like, I'm not trying to read my own energy, but when I'm reading your energy and some of the things that I say, I'm like, you, Betsy, also need to remember that you're the 10 of Pentacles. Like, what a revelation. What a revelation to have. But seriously, and also let's get back to the judgment, right? Judgment on the Five of Pentacles, you know? Like, who are you to judge yourself? So if you're a Leo that's going through a transition right now, and you are contemplating the things that you got to do and the things that you have to change for your future abundance and how you want that to see, I want you to try the most on how you're talking to yourself. Because I feel like judgment is here to remind you that, yes, there are times that are going to be hard, but when it comes down to it, like, the Nine of Pentacles is right here too. Like, you can do it. You can show up for yourself and you can make that happen for yourself. And it doesn't have to be a negative. So let's look at the Hanged Man. And then the Three of Wands. Nice. Okay, so the moon on the Hanged Man. And then we have the Six of Swords and the Magician on the Three of Wands. It's almost like Spirit is mocking you. Just don't shoot the messenger, please. Because Spirit is literally like, you're not going to know how this is going to look. You're not going to know exactly how it's going to turn out. You have no idea. The moon is about the things that we can't see in the dark, right? The moon is about the things, the shadow stuff, right? The things that we can't necessarily, we don't see. We can see it in the light of day, but we can't see it when it's at a distance, or when it's, things just aren't clear. The moon shows up. And the moon being on a reversed, and see, here's the thing, is I think the reason why you don't want to, I think the reason why this wanted to be in the actual Hanged Man position, or it didn't want to be, is because, like, I think that you want to pause because you don't know how the ending's going to look. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, just get to the point, Betsy. Stop trying to, like, make it sound cute. I think that you want to pause and keep reflecting because you don't have an ending. You don't know what this Ten of Pentacles is going to look like yet. All you got to do is look inside. That's the trick. But I digress. So, it's not time to pause just because you don't know the ending, just because you can't see the ending happening. You don't want to pause. In fact, we have the Six of Swords and the Magician on the Three of Wands. This Three of Wands guy, he's paused too. He's literally waiting for his ships to come in. He knows the direction he wants to go in, but he's waiting for things to show up for him. And the Hanged Man and the Six of Swords is saying, what's going to be a lot easier is if you row your ass to what you want to do. You'll ease your own mind. Right? Reminding yourself that you have all the tools to get to that ship. It's no more time it's time for action. It's not time for pause. Mars is in Leo. Venus is going to be in Leo. And Venus will be in Leo until October. You guys have so much coming for you. You have so much going for you. So the paused reflection, we're done with that. You might feel really uncomfortable right now because you're no longer meant to be pausing and reflecting. Even if you feel like, well, now's my time to pause and reflect. No. Like if you're taking some time off or you're, whatever you're planning on doing because it's summertime, totally get it. People go on vacations. Allow yourself to surrender to prayer during that time so that you can grab the answers from the universe so you can take off when you are ready to take off. I mean, soar, take off, not like take off work or something like that. But I love this reading for you guys. I really do. I think that, you're coming into a time where it's very easy to fall short for yourself, right? It's very easy to do that because we all talk ourselves out of things. Like that's what sabotage is. We all talk ourselves out of things. So try not to be so rigid in your thinking process and really let the answers come from source or the universe or, whoever it is that you connect to, whatever it is that you're connecting to, allow those answers. And that comes from within you. That doesn't come from an outside source. Nobody on social media is going to tell you what you're attached to. You are going to tell you what you're attached to. And I feel like it's a limiting belief system. I feel like you're limiting yourself because what used to work no longer does. And that's frustrating for you. I think that you're trying to figure out a way. So, I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Your birthday season's almost up. And I'm really excited for it. I love Leo season. And I'm here. You know how to find me if you need me. Bye.